You are not lonely, you just do not love yourself. Hello you guys, my name is Kayla and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button because on my page I do all things self-love, self-growth, all of that. So if you need to be happy, this channel is for you. So these past few days I have been in pain because I've got my wisdom teeth taken out, which caused me to kind of isolate and not talk, not communicate. I wasn't even posting, and I'm used to posting, interacting with you guys, or even on my Instagram, and I kind of was feeling like a sense of loneliness. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm like feeling lonely and sad. I'm like, let me do some inside work. And I did, and I was like, you know what, I'm not lonely and sad, I just don't really think I love myself fully. I feel like when you cannot sit with yourself in your own company and be your own best friend and enjoy yourself, then you do not love yourself. I was literally sitting alone thinking to myself like, oh, I have no friends, nobody likes me, nobody loves me, like all my friends are gonna move on. I was sitting down on rest for like a week, and I was over here having those thoughts. That was like when I was like, you know what, this is probably a lack of self-love. If you cannot sit with yourself without feeling uncomfortable and without feeling a sense of loneliness, you do not love yourself. If you cannot be by yourself, whether that be not in a relationship, not having that many friends at the moment, you are insecure and you don't love yourself. Have you ever realized a lot of those people who have a lot of friends, a big friend group, you notice how a lot of them are usually fake people or whatever, like a lot of them are not the nicest? Most of the time they are insecure, and you notice how they have a big friend group. That's because they cannot sit with themselves, because they do not love themselves within. And I had to really realize that, like, self-love does not come from the people around you. Self-love does not come from other people's opinions on you, other people's approval of you, other people wanting to be around you. Self-love has to come from how you feel about yourself, just because of yourself. Now, here are a few things you could do to help with that. You could honestly start doing more things by yourself. Once I started doing that, I feel like it actually worked, until I was like left with just my thoughts, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to really do a little bit more. But do some things with yourself. Find a new hobby, write out some goals. A lot of the times we don't have things to look forward to because we don't have goals. When I was sitting by myself alone healing, I was like, why do I feel like this? I feel like a failure. I feel like I'm not looking forward to anything. That's because I'm not setting weekly, monthly, yearly goals. Set goals, so after you achieve your goals that you already achieved, you're looking forward to doing some other stuff. You're looking forward to doing new things. You're looking forward to achieve new things. You don't feel like, well, I'm here now what? No, you want to look forward to new things because you don't want to look up and look for other people to give you some type of approval, or other people to give you some type of something that you're searching for, yearning for. A lot of us feel empty inside, and we're looking for other people to give us that approval and that feeling of being needed, when you're not realizing you're trying to get approval from people who feel lonely inside as well. Stop trying to be accepted, and just understand that sometimes if you're not accepted, God just doesn't want those people around you. And I had to learn that too. I realized that, I noticed, I'm like, I don't really have friends. I have family, but I don't really have friends for real. And for so long, that used to make me feel so bad, until I realized, I looked up and I saw a lot of people that I was trying to be friends with, a lot of them are going down the wrong path right now. And that's not my place to judge, but it's like, you know, see how life works, see how that goes. Stop trying to look at other people for your happiness. Stop trying to look to other people to make you feel like you are worthy, because it's not going to work. You could be surrounded by a million people and be the loneliest person in the room. You ever look at those people, like those famous celebrities or people in general who have the most friends? A lot of them feel so lonely. But how you're thinking, oh, how can you feel lonely? You're surrounded by so many people. You can have a bunch of people on Instagram. I have a lot of Instagram followers. I have social media presence, and I still get lonely sometimes. And I still was like, you know, I have to do an inside work to work on myself, because this is not it. I can't sit around being sad and lonely, because a lonely, wandering mind is the devil's playground. You'll be sad and lonely in your head, and it makes you do some dark, scary things. It makes you try some new things because you're looking for the next high. You're looking for the next thing that's going to make you feel something. Let yourself feel something. When you fill yourself up with just you, just give yourself 6 months, even a year. Fill yourself up with just you. When you do that, you feel so much better, because you'll realize, I don't need anybody else. You notice too, when you love yourself and you are comfortable with yourself, you won't just tolerate anything from anybody. And I know that for a fact, because when I was not loving myself, and I do this sometimes still, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna be straight up with you guys, I'll accept just anything from certain people. And I noticed that it was like I was growing, because I used to be a pushover with friends. Now I'm like, next, I don't need friends. And I didn't realize it. Like, Kayla, look what you're doing when it comes to relationships. Yeah, you're doing good when it comes to friendships. Well, how are you acting with these men? Are you letting these men do whatever it is that they want to do to you? And I'm like, yeah, I kind of was. And I had to sit with myself and realize that too. Like, my loneliness roots in male validation and male attention sometimes. And I have to do the inside work to realize that that's not it. Like, that's still me not missing a void. Yes, I could be confident, but I also could lack self-love. You could be confident and still not have self-love. There's a difference. You know what I mean? You need to love yourself. When you love yourself, and when it comes to relationships, no man is going to be able to do certain things to you. And I had to realize that. I'm like, if I loved myself the way I say I love myself, these dudes will not be able to do some of the stuff that I feel like I'm letting them do, you know? I have to let go of the need for validation, the need to be wanted, and that fear of being alone forever kind of will start to get to me, especially being like an entrepreneur. I don't know if you guys, some of you guys could probably relate, even not even an entrepreneur, a woman who's like really into it with their career. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, if you're just really focused on your goals in your career, a lot of the times it can get lonely because you find that you're so focused on your goals in your career, you don't really have time for relationships. So you try to like cling on to anybody who comes your way because you don't want to like miss out on something, or you don't want to be that lonely old lady, that lonely old cat lady. That's always my fear. And I'm only 22, but I still have that fear of like not being with somebody because I'm so career oriented and goal oriented. And I sat down and I talked to God. I'm like, you know what? God is not going to let me miss out on anything that's for me. It actually is better that I'm focusing on my career, and it's actually better that I'm focusing on loving myself, because when God sends a person my way, they're going to come correct. And I noticed when I wasn't loving myself, these people was not coming to me correct the way they were supposed to come to me. And when I say boss up, it's not even just in your career, it's not even just in financially. Bossing up is a mentality. Once you boss up your mentality, everything else will flow and everything else will boss up as well. And I had to realize that as well. You notice how I keep saying I had to realize that, because everything I'm saying is stuff that I need to work on as well. And I just feel like if I'm sharing it out there, I know somebody else is goes through the same struggles, goes through the same things. Everybody has a weakness. Everybody has some certain things, certain people that will just bring out their insecurities, and that's normal. Like, my weakness was men, like, and I had to just be straight up with myself and say that. Like, I can't be on here talking about self-love, self-growth when I'm and like being like all hard on people when it comes to like, oh, you come into my life with negativity. As a friend, you have to go. If these men coming along my life with negativity, I'm not saying they have to go as well. Every part matters. All this adds up into one big pie. The same way it's like you can't say you want something and be lazy. This all adds up into one. You cannot say that you want to be this confident woman if you are not loving on yourself, if you are not comfortable being with yourself. Nobody else is going to make you happy. I want you to know that right now. If you're not happy with yourself, somebody else coming along, that happiness is not going to last that long. You'll be happy for a little bit because you got what you wanted, but when you sit in what you wanted, are you really happy on the inside? Like, you really have to ask yourself that. I had to ask myself that, like, am I really happy on the inside? As I'm achieving all these goals, all these things I want with my life, am I really happy on the inside? What's gonna make me happy? And I noticed that nothing can make me happy except for myself and God. Those are the two things. And I'm not even saying like promoting this extra religious stuff, because I'm not a super extra religious person, but I do believe in God, and I do believe in a higher power, and I do believe that you need yourself in a relationship with God to fill any void you're missing. A lot of times we're searching for things and other people and other things, and just to feel something. And it's like, no, you need to feel yourself and feel the love of God. Once you get that, it's like, wow. Wake up in the morning, make yourself look cute. I say this all the time. Wake up in the morning, shower, get out of bed, do what it is you need to do. Stop letting time pass you by. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.